Well, guess who I have on the other end? Mr. Ambassador himself, and it's been a while since he and I have actually talked with each other online and to share a video like we're doing. Of course, we've been on the Goldfish Report at least once together. I can't remember if it was more than once, but I know at least once we were on the Goldfish Report together. And he agreed to do a video with me, and I really appreciate that. And I want to say hello, Mr. Ambassador.
Yeah, good day, Ron. It's nice to be back where it once started, almost now over a year ago.
Oh, it's definitely over a year.
Yeah, and now in these days when the 555 is in the face of everything, and everything that we were talking about from the beginning is now straight in the face of everyone in their eyes, unless they're blind and cannot see it. And, otherwise things are happening the way that it's supposed to. At the same time, we have just to pray that it continues in the right direction. It's always problematic with.
Well, I find it interesting that Russia and China are both getting more involved in the Middle East, and even in Israel. There's been reports of Russia being involved with Israel, which I find quite fascinating.
No, I think that this is what happens when you alienate yourself from the rest of the world. You understand? Sooner or later, you have to come to the cross, like they say. Understand?
You're right.
And I think that we are heading into a new era, and basically replacing 666 with 555. It's quite interesting that we saw the Pope here when he was talking to the. Finally, he really went and visited the sick people. He was in the Congress holding a speech, and the speech was, by my opinion, exactly what we have been voicing him to do. And the only thing that I was finding a little bit interesting was that he was doing a typical, Kabbalistic signal of 666 during his speech. But maybe he did it to wake up ignorant masses. Who knows? You understand?
Well, I made a video about the Pope's visit, but I never even listened to the speech myself, which probably was not a very wise thing to do on my part. But I had a lot of people make comments about what a wonderful speech it was.
No, the thing is this way, the speech in itself, his English is not the best, but if you look at the content of what he was saying, I wish that everyone listened to me. He called for the end of financial tyranny. He called for the end of a military complex. He basically called for people to be good-hearted and to change their hearts and do what everything that we've been talking about. Basically,
that sounds good to me.
Yes, he did. Only negative thing was, like I said, it was the hand signal, and which I don't think he did on occasion, without thinking about it. But especially he was doing it when he was talking about God. He was using the 666. But that's not so strange. The Vatican has been so much involved in the 666 in Christianity since its creation. So people wants to be traumatized. Just look yourself in the mirror. And the thing that's important is basically I see the people criticizing him. It's like most of the time fundamentalist Christians that says he's a communist, he's a bad person. Why he stopped war? Why is this? Why that? And all these different things. He's preaching what Jesus actually was preaching at this first time. I really hope that it comes from his heart, and we will hold him accountable for what he's saying. And I pray and hope that he means it, and I hope that someone listens. And you saw when he was standing beside Boehmer, it looks like a demon was jumping into him. And finally, he decided to resign, and I think that's a good sign. So I wish more people would follow in Boehmer's footstep and resign from politics and leave it up to probably people that actually do care for the nation of the United States.
Well, I think that would be really wonderful. I do know I did listen to that Imam, and he was. Is he one that the guy that was talking about the real Rome isn't Rome? It's actually.
It's maybe Sheikh Imran Hussein that you're referring to.
Yeah, he's directing the attention away from the Western Alliance or the Cabal to, again, to, like I said earlier, to Russia and to the China and to the Eastern nations, and that the real Roman Empire isn't centered in Rome. It's centered in Western Turkey.
No, you see, the thing is this way, that what he's talking about is that it's two different Romes. You have Rome, which is the city in Italy, and then you have Rome, okay, which is another word for Constantinople, okay, which is today Istanbul, okay. And what it says is that Rome should be united in the end times with, the Muslims will be united with Rome. Okay, so that time meant basically that what we see is today Orthodox Christianity and the Muslims should unite, and the people from the East, and who is the people from the East? That's basically the Chinese, should unite and basically fight off the Antichrist.
Isn't that what you see happening?
This is what's happening straight in the face of people. But unfortunately, too many people are too blind to see.
Yes.
And because they have their programming, and based on the programming, they just want to see whatever they're programmed to see.
But it's a brainwashing, and it's been going on for generation after generation.
And that's why, that's the reason why we, created this Goldfish report, was basically to try to find ways to dismantle the news that people see. It's like yesterday I saw, this. When the refugees were coming into Finland, people were dressed up in KKK clothes and threw fire things on them and stuff like that. I mean, this is an embarrassment for humanity. And, I talked to the Finnish people. I mean, the Finnish people, when they were in war with Russia, I mean, many of them sent their children and fled to Sweden during that long war. And, they have history of themselves being suffering. I mean, I don't understand why they can be so inconsiderate for other people that's suffering. It's a shameful thing. And I saw people being beaten up in different parts of, it's terrible what's happening. And I was speaking,
this was in Finland?
Yeah, that was in Finland. And I see, it's happening all over Europe, in Macedonia and in Greece. And now in Serbia. I was speaking to Dr. Soran, he says hello to you. He's right now as we're speaking in Serbia. And, with so many refugees there, he was telling me about how they're withdrawing huge amount of money from the Western Unions there. And so it seems, he says to me, it seems very organized. And we know it's organized, this moving in of the refugees into Europe. So this is a plan of the cabal, basically, to finally hit the coffin on Europe. Okay.
Well, do you think that a higher percentage of people are starting to wake up and realize what's going on, or do you think there's still a big cloud over people's eyes and minds that they're not able to comprehend?
No, I think, look at you and me. We have been talking with Dave Smith, and we have been on his programs. We have been at Kay Baker Show and other, programs, and Albert Weber and Potter and all these different people. And I think that, people are being more awakened. But it's like I said, it's so many people that it doesn't matter what you say or do, they will still be blinded by the programming. And many of these people say that, we are light workers, we're open-minded people. Some of them are as judgmental as any fundamentalist Christian or ISIS member you can find. It's just that they're packaged in a different way. Understand?
Exactly.
And I think it's important that we have to, get out of this phase. We have to stop thinking about religion and thinking about value-based, faith system. I mean, if you follow the values from the Bible, if you follow the values from the Quran, if you follow the values from the Torah or the Veda, Bhagavad Gita, whatever religion you are, you will be a wonderful person.
I agree.
But if you want to follow the, faith-based systems, then basically you're
or the ego-based system.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that are right.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what faith thing is. This is what Satan is an obstacle between man. That's why he created all these religions. And so I think that this is what we have to realize is that, when we are, putting people in blocks, Obama is a Muslim, whatever, he is whatever he wants to be. He called himself a Christian. You know, some people says he's a communist, but definitely he's not a Muslim. You know, a Muslim is not something that you just are. It's something that you have to practice. And he doesn't practice Islam, so then he's not a Muslim. So, but this is again racism and fundamentalism and ignorant people speaking, because they want to put him in a box where he's black. But don't forget, he has a white mother. He's as much white as he's black. So, I mean, the racism, you know, that we see in, you know, regards to things, you know, it's like, for example, sometimes I listen to Obama and he's like a likable guy, but then he acts in such a deceptive, ignorant manner. And then you wonder, you know, his handlers and himself, why he's so self-destructive. I mean, he had the possibility to do some shift and changes.
Yes, he did.
But he didn't. He became worse. Okay, and basically he has been killing more people than probably even Bush has in his.
Well, I think
killings.
Progressively, since Reagan, at least, each president of the United States has been worse than the predecessor.
Yes. And I mean, this is unfortunately the way that the world has become. But now we have to change that, and you know, we have to pray like people can be repurposed. And I think this is what is the goal: is to shift and change. I mean, it's like the same thing, you know, like we have different, you know, wishes and, you know, and dreams. You know, you have the people that believes that, you know, the RV is going to happen. We're all going to be millionaires. And we're going to have all this money. We're going to be raptured. This is an escape mentality. Okay. And you have, you know, what happened with Swiss Indo coming out, promising everyone 6 million per person around the world. Another escape person, you know, not fine, but people likes to follow this type of things. And then you have Mr. Keenan, who basically is bedding all these old ladies for money. And then at the same time, okay, he claims he wants to save the world, and he doesn't even honor his own words, you know, to people. At the same time, not only that, I mean, even if, you know, he wants to touch money that belongs to the family, and the family already controls, which already is active, and he's supposed to release it. It's supposed to be released, and all this. This is just like, you know, pure, you know, ignorance. And the most important thing that the family talks about, it's not the money. And these people is all talking about the money. And, you know, we know about all no-fly zones and all this nonsense that they've been speaking that have never come into cross. But if you go and listen to what has been spoken since 1 year until now, all the things that come true. Now, at the same time, we are sitting and looking at the most important thing. It's not the money. The most important thing is the heart. Okay, what do you have in the heart? You know, people say, "Oh, the ambassador. I don't know if I trust him." You know, we have, I think, almost 40, 50 people that has met with the family in the Red Dragon in China and Hong Kong. You understand?
Right.
I said from the beginning, you know, don't listen. We will see. We brought the technologies. We brought the things. We showed it. Not just sitting and talking about it. We showed it. Now, the thing is this way is that, you know, all the ambassadors, it's a fake ambassador. I'm the son of an ambassador. I'm this, I'm that, all this type of nonsense. And once before that, I was the ambassador for Sweden. You know, this is just like, it never ended, the ignorance and amateur detective-ship of people. But the thing is this way, we cannot leave is that, you know, this big the ambassador conspiracy, okay, is broken long time ago. People have to move away from the past, move into the future. It's over 50 people that has been there seeing it, done it, you know, and the documents and the papers and the contracts and the deals and the projects and everything that has been going on now, witnessed with over 150 people, you know, and then still some ignorant bastards and women and men and all type of strange people just stayed in that old programming that, you know, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. You know, you're just invited to join us. Everyone is welcomed. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
But instead they are locked up in all this,
in the old paradigm.
In the old paradigm of anger, mistrust, hate, fear, and that's basically what's controlling the whole belief system is fear-based and mistrust and things like this. And people sitting and say, oh, I don't know if I can trust the ambassador. Okay, I don't care. If you want to find out, come and join us. Yes, it was open for everyone, and some people joined, and they're all happy, and we're all one family. Like today, after we are finishing this thing, you and me will go to, this party that's going on in New York, the launch for the Global Mission of Peace party with the 555 thing. And so, we're going to go. I
didn't know about that till right now.
Yes. So we're going to go into that program there, and you will see that people all around the world now, it's people in China as we're speaking, it's people in Hong Kong as we're speaking, opening up their accounts, setting up their companies, moving on their projects. We have the people there, like I said, the party there, which is in New York. Last week it was a party on the West Coast. Now it's the one in the East Coast in connection with this United Nations thing. And so things are happening. And basically, the one that started this and reached out to all these people, actually, was actually you. Okay? So, this has been an amazing venture. And basically, all these things happened, from starting this discussion that we had many months ago.
14 or 15 months ago, I think we started. I don't remember the exact month, but it's been definitely over a year.
And you see, for example, you see you yourself, you have been speaking to the historian, you spoke to the Red Dragon, you've been speaking to many of these elders yourself, okay? And, still people had a problem for so long time to defer if I was the Red Dragon, who was the ambassador, and had people claiming that this poor guy Tristan, Prince Tristan, that he is the Red Dragon, and it just never ended, okay, with retardation in trying to find something. Instead, the easiest way to find out is just to join the symposium, talk and meet and see, and join the movement and change the world. Very simple. But still, the people stay in their fear-based systems and just aggress and question. Understand? And I think that we are now seeing the same thing happening around the world. I saw the meetings with, China going out today, the United Nations promising more funds to the for investment for the poorest countries. We see all the things that is taking place in a positive manner. Actually, for the first time, the United States and Russia actually sit down and talk as we're speaking. And things are happening. And we are now in a positive manner. Already the financial system already collapsed a few weeks ago, the beginning of this month. Collapsed.
I'm still getting my Social Security check. So
no, that's good. But, even if it collapsed worse than before the Second World War, no one even paid attention.
Yeah.
Yes, people see, it was the Chinese Black Monday. They started with fear-basing, tried to blame it on China. But look at it. Still the real impact of what really happened is not been known, because in reality it doesn't need to be known. Because if we want to, we don't need it. But if you want to destroy balls, as you will, I wouldn't be surprised if the government will be closed down again this year.
You mean the U.S. government?
Yes, as a last attempt to destabilize and have a hostile thing from the cabal. I wouldn't be surprised. But we will see. Let's pray and hope for sanity.
Yes,
and the planned theft that was taking place and that is going to be taking place in the end of this month with collapsing the system. I pray that it will be not known. But what I want to say to the people that lives in this rapture mentality and living in this mentality of what's called not taking own responsibility.
Right.
Okay, this is something that needs to end. You can take part of being everything you want to be, as long as you do it from your heart and actually do it yourself.
Yes.
No one will bring you out from your apartment and give you a Bentley and say, here you have a few $1 million. You deserved it. Now, the question is this way. I mean, who says that you deserve that more than a person in Africa or South America, wherever you are? Okay. So we have to start do it what we are saying. Silent Jubilee becomes not a silent Jubilee anymore. And that we basically will be all liberated. The debt will be forgiven. And we're going to be able to have more money to with purposing power, working less, as I said before, and all these different things that we're preaching for beginning, that was put in the Bloomberg report for the Silent Jubilee. All these things needs to be put forward, and that we actually can start having, like you were saying, the kingdom on this planet, the heaven on the planet. We can do it if we want to, because like you have seen that with this technology, I showed you that. It's no lack of technologies. It's no lack of money. It's only lack of will. So when will we want to will and have faith to do it? Okay, and that's what we need. Okay, we want to have a will and the faith to do it, and I believe that we're coming in that direction. We have to be positive, and we have to stop being such a doomdays people. The doomdays comet that was coming to smash us, it passed us. Okay, so I think many fundamentalists probably were crying because they were almost having an orgasm, thinking that the world would end. But but now we're still alive, and we're gonna stay alive, and we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix this world. We're gonna fix everything. Okay, and and the thing is that don't focus on the money. Focus on what's important. That's helping people, changing the world. And the money is there to do it. And like I said from the beginning, when you're going to release the money is always being released. Okay? So, now we just need to put it out to the grassroots level people. And they have shown that through Global Mission of Peace, we had the True Vision of Peace that turned into a mission. And we turned the vision into a mission, and now the people are actually doing things. And it became a family, and it's a wonderful thing. And you are one of the persons that actually brought this alive. So I think this is an amazing thing. And both you and me, unfortunately, we have been suffering back and forward with health issues.
Yes.
And I pray and hope that we will stop doing that too.
Yes, indeed.
So that we can actually meet each other and do what we need to do. And
I'm certainly looking forward to either your visit here to Florida or my however it's supposed to happen.
God knows, but I still think that we are very close to that, very, very close to that.
Okay.
And things are actually moving in the direction that we want it to be. And also, I want the people to be aware, because it's always, like I said to you before, the Cabal has a PhD
in deception.
So I want people to be aware of all these Ponzi schemes going on as we're speaking.
Yes.
And be careful. Keep your money, and basically do not trust in charlatans. And you just do the right thing, and we're gonna do this together. And I hope I actually been watching a few of the latest things that Neil Keenan is doing. It looks like he's actually trying to change himself, and I really hope that he's doing that, so that actually he can generate something positive for humanity. Okay, and well,
I was surprised that he spoke well of me, even though he was criticizing you and others.
But it's natural. It's natural that he needs to criticize me, because he feels threatened by me. He has a fear-based system, and he's been aggressing on everyone that has been trying to do something. He's been aggressing with Suicendo. He's been aggressing on Benjamin Fulford. He's been aggressing on every single person. And he thinks that he can bully people around. And unfortunately, you don't bully around a dragon, because the dragon might blow fire. Okay. And, and the thing is this way, is that, I'm not the person that people push around, because I push back. Okay. And the thing is this way, very simple, is that I hope and pray for him that he actually, whoever taught him would educate him better, and that he should do his thing, in the right way. I think that he has the what we call the leprechaun spirit. It runs after the gold and after the cash, and then you're losing the target of a real important thing, and that's not the money. Okay.
Exactly.
And the money in Indonesia doesn't belong to the people of Indonesia. It belongs to the people of the world. Okay. And the caretakers of this is the family. And basically running around there trying to open boxes and stuff like that, which you're not allowed to do that. And if he has a good teacher, you should know that. That's basically signing your own death warrant. And so the thing is this way, it's very important that to do the right thing and and talk about the right thing and basically, follow up, work together. You understand? And the target is not the money, it's the heart. We need to see where do you have your heart, Mr. Keenan. And this is where basically the thing is, and I see, noticing the latest things I saw with him, is that it seems like he's getting back to the heart. And I hope I hope that really that is where he's gonna go, and that one day maybe we could even shake hands.
Right.
Because it's all about reconsideration. It's all about changing the world. And, someone has to take the first step. Okay. And the thing is this way that, this journey that we have started together, Ron, has been going very well. And I hope that more people get involved. Now also for people's information, we have this Goldfish Report.
Right.
Find goldfishreport.com and the global mission of peace.com. And I recommend people to go there and interact. And
well, I will certainly put the link to the Goldfish Report. In fact, send me the email or post it on our Facebook dialogue, and I'll put it in the blurb for this video.
Yes, I will do that. And also, it's like I said, I'm always grateful for the day that we started our friendship, and it has now been for a long time. And you had me through some fears sometimes during this journey with your health. And it was not always easy to try to convince you to go to take medical assistance. But I'm happy that you did, and that your son get you there. And now at least we still have you with us.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. I think we've talked long enough on this video. Hopefully we'll be able to make another video every now and again.
Yes.
I know the Goldfish Report is your #1 thing right now, and maybe I'll be joining you again on that before too much longer. So I do want to thank you for taking the time to make this video with me. It brings back old memories and wonderful memories.
Yes. No, like that we are family, and I always enjoy being on your program. And the Goldfish Report is your family too. It's also your platform, and basically, it's not only taking my time. It's just a small thing that I'm doing, unfortunately, compared to the whole work that I'm doing. But what I will do is that we will now, both me and you, join the champagne opening in New York, and so we will end for today and wish everyone a great continuing week. And I hope that people can see the blood moon and without being traumatized, and no terrible things happening. Okay.
Right. Well, thank you, and namaste, Mr. Ambassador.
Thank you, boy. Take care. Thank you.
Yep.